Taiwan is bursting with heaps of fun places to explore. Join me, Amber Hatfield, as I hit up travel hotspots, soak up some culture, and hunt down hidden gems. Let's go! Hi, welcome back to Let's Go, and today I'm joined by Eloise. Eloise is from the UK and she studies in Taitung on the east coast of Taiwan, and she's been here for around 2 years and is studying Austronesian Studies as a master's degree. So welcome to my show.
Thank you. Hello. Nice to be here.
So today we're going to chat a little bit about Taitung. Was Taitung the first place you went?
The first place I went to was directly to Taitung. I originally went there to study Chinese, and then I kind of just fell in love with the place and I didn't want to leave. And yeah, one of the reasons I chose Taitung was because of the diversity of indigenous people that are living there, and I had the chance to come more into contact with them. And then I found this amazing program at the university, Taitung University, called Austronesian Studies, and so I decided to enroll in that program. And at the time, because I only came in March 2022, and then pushed through the application and everything, and it wasn't until end of August that I actually knew that I was then starting this Austronesian Studies Masters. I'm now in my second year of that Masters.
So you said that the main thing that kind of drew you to Taitung was the indigenous cultures there?
Yeah. The part of it was the indigenous culture, because my friend actually gave me a book before I went to Taiwan, and it was this collection of poetry and essays and short stories from the different tribes around Taiwan.
Okay.
And that was kind of my window into it. And I just started to do more research, and I found, look, Taitung has at least 7 of the different groups living in that county. So yeah, that was part of it. But it was also kind of circumstantial, because at the time I decided to move to Taiwan, it was COVID and we were all in lockdown. And honestly, I just wanted more than anything to be in nature, mountains, ocean. And so I knew the East Coast. I'd travelled there several years before. I knew the East Coast was a really, really cool place. Yeah, it was a bit of a gamble, but yeah, I think it's paid off.
What kind of things do you think are your favourite things about living in Taitung? What do you like the most about it, do you think?
I think just proximity to the ocean. I literally live maybe a 5-minute cycle away from the ocean. So whenever I'm feeling stressed, I literally just go and stare out into the distance.
Is it one of those beaches that you can swim at? Because some of the beaches in Taitung, the waves are really big, or there's kind of a really steep drop off in the ocean. It's a bit dangerous. I'm not sure if that's...
Unfortunately, that one, so it's the ocean park. So I live in Taitung City, and so yeah, that ocean park, and there's also the forest park next to it. At that beach, you can't swim there, and that is something that is a little bit frustrating about Taitung. I just want to jump in, but actually, I don't know, maybe a 20-minute drive from me is a really beautiful swimmable beach.
Okay.
And so that one's Shanyuan. And that's on the way to Dulan. And there's lots of little scenic spots on the way there, Jalulan, and there's a geopark as well. And then you can also swim at Dulan. Mm-hmm. But again, yeah, I'd say the safest beach to swim at is probably the Shanyuan area. And that's actually where they built that. It was quite controversial at the time, the hotel.
I know. I don't know if you've heard.
Yeah.
Do you mean the hotel where there's one really large hotel that's abandoned, kind of derelict, right? Yes. And you can go down the side of it to the beach.
Yes. Have you? Oh, you've been there? Yeah. Nice.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think it's a bit of a shame that it does that hotel does spoil the landscape a little bit. And I feel something should be at least done with it. I feel it would be so cool to turn into some art space or something.
Do you do any surfing in Taitung?
Yeah, I tried. It's tough. I think I'm one of these people that gets quite addicted to things like this. So once I start, I can't stop. You can't get me out of the water for hours. Wow. But then my skin is really, really like fragile. So
you burn easily.
yeah. So every time I've gone out, like I come back in and the next day I'm like completely red head to toes.
Yeah, so let's talk about the transport. So you said it must be difficult because I guess the transport there's not so much public transport in Taitung. How do you get around?
So I have a bike, a little push bike, and that's like fine for like in the city. I feel like actually even if I had like a scooter or something else, I'd still choose to bike around. To go further, there are buses, but they're very unreliable. You can often like catch it going out of the city, but then like coming back is a bit of an issue, so I hitchhike quite a lot of the time.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, okay. And everyone's so nice, like they stop within like 5 and 10 minutes.
Oh, that's really nice. Yeah. People are so friendly.
They really are.
Are you interested in getting your own scooter license?
Oh, I would love to. I'm just quite an anxious driver.
Okay.
Because I've never had any lessons or anything in the UK. So
for cars or anything?
For cars,
either.
nothing.
Okay.
Yeah. And I feel like the older I get, like the more anxious I get about it. So yeah, watch this space.
So let's talk a little bit about like what things there are to do in Taitung. What places have you been to, maybe a little bit outside the city, or like attractions?
Oh, there's so many. Like Dulan, I think, is a really cool place, especially if you're interested in surfing. It's a relatively new place that's been built up. So there's like a sugar factory there, cool bars, cafes, like different kind of cuisines and stuff. It's very like, yeah, just a cool place to...
Kind of hippie?
Yes, yeah, very much so. And like arts and crafts and things there as well. Lots of, artists. Dulan Mountain that you can climb. That's one place you could go. And on the way up, actually, there's like a Moonlight Inn, which is an exhibition space. Because I think they shot a movie there, and so they've still got like the kind of film set on display.
Oh, I've not heard of this place.
Yeah, it's quite cool. You can, like bike up, or you can even walk. Yeah, it also has like a cafe, so I sometimes work up there because it's got a stunning view like across the whole like ocean, because it's like obviously higher up, and oh my goodness, it's
sounds good.
It's really lovely. And actually my friend, she's doing an art residency there, so she's doing photography, so her photographs will be on display in that exhibition space in like from June, I think. But yeah, so like artists can go up there regularly for free, and it's a beautiful little like hut, like simple, but nice. Really, really nice.
There's also like Sanxiantai, the big bridge,
so this is much further north.
Oh, okay, that's further north than Dulan, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have been there, but because we were relying on the bus again, and the last bus was at like 7 p.m, so we literally had to like run around, and it was all a bit of a rush. Jogged my memory. It's also the day we went to Jinzun. So there is also like a beautiful beach, and they have the surf competition there every year.
Oh, okay.
So that's really cool to catch in like November, December time, I think. And there's like a little cave, which is in the shape of like a kind of cat's head as well.
Oh, I've not heard of this place either.
Yeah, it's really cool. So that's all around Jinzun. And then, if you go a bit further than that, then you get to Duli, where there's also a lot of surfers. That's all like along the coast, and then if you go more inland towards the mountains, there's so much. There's like Luye, which is the hot air balloon festival.
Oh, I've always wanted to go to that. Have you been to it?
Yes, I've been a couple of times now. It's really cool. It's just nice to see all the different entries from like the different countries. And I mean, I've never actually taken the balloon itself. It's quite expensive, but it's you can just go and see them all. Like they have a morning slot and an evening slot, where they fire them all up. I've always been in the morning. It's such like a little adventure. Like the first time they have a really convenient transport for that, actually. They do 2 buses at like 4 a.m. in the morning or something.
Wow, so early.
Yeah, go straight there, but then you get to see the sunrise.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, and it's just this vista, like it's really, really beautiful there, and just sit on the hill with your friends, picnic, and
There's also quite a lot of wild or natural hot springs around Taitung
Yes.
too. Have you been to a lot of those?
Yeah, so actually I think the most famous one is Lee Song. Yeah, and I'm actually planning to go there this weekend, so
Okay.
I can't tell you much about that yet, but I have heard it's like a very, very difficult hike. And then I've done some other wild hot springs in like around Hongye.
Okay.
So Hongye is it's kind of famous for having the baseball team, the baseball school there. We went to the wild ones at night. And it was it's just so relaxing. And then, but there's also ones you can pay for as well. There's a new one that's just come up, Vakang An. So I actually went for like a Christmas event thing. So we had like a few activities there. I think because they just started, it was still maybe like not so as smooth as it could have been, but it was still really enjoyable. Like we had like a huge Christmas dinner, but like it was kind of more an indigenous style like take on the food.
Okay.
And they like introduced each dish as well, which was nice. And then we made some like wreaths as well, had the hot springs, and then some of the Bunun people, like the children from the church, they came and sang some songs as well. So yeah, it was quite a nice little day out. My friend is like friends with some of the people from that Bunun village, and so they invited us back to their place. And then suddenly we got this call, and there was this a type of deer that had like been killed by a dog or something, and so they went to collect it. And then I got the proper like Bunun experience of like preparing the deer, like, you know, taking all the organs out, and I tried raw liver, which is like a delicacy for them, and everyone said like, this is such a rare opportunity for you, so like I didn't want to reject it, even though I'm trying to be vegetarian. But yeah, so I tried that. It was not the best thing I've eaten, I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, it was an different experience.
Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of Let's Go. Next week, you can tune in again to hear me and Eloise talk more about some of the experiences she's had with Indigenous tribes in Taitung. See you next time.